Hello. I hope you all are doing all right on this Saturday night. Today's video, I am just chatting. So I'm actually making this video because I had a day, been dealing with some feelings, and it's mostly surrounding my upcoming birthday. I turned 34 February 28th, and I've been having some thoughts bouncing in between excitement and a touch of sadness. And I'm not sure at this moment which one is outweighing the other. I'm going to lean towards excitement. This is just a moment and it's going to pass. So I'm going to lean towards excitement. But this video is just to give a voice to whichever way it sways. So I'm just gonna go with whatever's on my heart. You know, I if I think about what actually triggered this, it was earlier this afternoon, and I had just got home from work, and I just happened to jump on Instagram, and I can't think of the family that I do watch every now and then, but they are very popular. They live in Hawaii. Married couple, 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. The girl is the oldest. The youngest name is Cali. It was a video of him and his mom, and he's getting ready to turn 5, and he was sad about turning 5. And I watched that clip about 6 times, finding myself growing sadder every time I watched it, but I couldn't not, because it was speaking to me in that moment of me turning 34 and closing the chapter that I'm currently in. So I'm going to get emotional, but we got this. Chapter 33. I've mentioned this in previous videos. Chapter 33 is the reason why I started this YouTube channel. Chapter 33 is the start of my healing journey. There's so much. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the open sky right now. Nature gives me comfort. Turning 34 and closing chapter 33 is kind of hitting me. And like before today, before I saw that video, I was really excited. And I'm like, 33 has served me so abundantly, has given me so much, has pushed me in a direction that is better for me, my mental health, and my life. turning 33 changed my entire world. And I was able to say this with excitement. And like I said, this just may be today. It just may be today. Just seeing that and reacting to that. And it's just a moment. I hope it's just a moment. But it's like, how do I accurately close it? It sounds silly, but for how it's hitting me right now, it feels like I'm leaving something behind. And it doesn't feel like an overreaction. It just means so much to me. And it's like, what do I do to give a proper tribute to all that this prior year has given to me? And there's no way that I could wrap that all up. To give it what I feel it needs to say, okay, we can move on. Like, I feel like, I had said last year, but I kind of just said it and I left it alone. But for how like important and how big 22 was, 2022 was, it feels like a rebirth. I feel like I was born again. I feel like a whole new person. That's what I mean when like it was a huge, huge, huge part of my life. Even though I am still growing, even though I'm still learning, even though I am still a work in progress, I have come such a long way in my relationship with myself, in my relationship with God, come a long way. And I'm so thankful for the journey. I'm not sure what else. I feel like there's something else that I need to do, but I don't know what that is. I've implemented a lot of things into my life. I've used the tools that my therapist has given me. I have changed the way I think about myself, the way I think about others. Like I'm doing the things, but right now in this moment, it just doesn't feel like enough. It does not feel like enough to just close the chapter. And I'm not sure what else could be happening. I'm at a point where like I want to figure out why I feel the way I feel. Like, why did that video hit me so hard? I don't know. I could write about it and I still just quite don't have the answer. I just never thought that. You know how when you grow up, and maybe somebody will get this, but there are times where you imagine your future. And this is a very pleasant surprise. I did not see this. I did not even imagine this. So it's a very beautiful, beautiful surprise to feel this good in my life, to like break away from anxiety, break away from negative thinking, and embracing myself wholeheartedly, loving myself fully. You know, getting to say that I am wonderfully made and believe it. I really didn't see. I really didn't see this. And that's what I mean by it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot to pack into. Chapter 33 is so full. It's so, so full. And I just feel like I don't know how to close it. And maybe it's just, like I said, it just could be today that I'm just overrun with these feelings. I finished my vision board. I really wanted to finish that before February came in, and I did. I did complete it. And that too. It's just so many little things, from meditating to daily gratitude writing to an open relationship with God, to where I can just speak and I feel heard, to my guardian angels. I had a recent experience with my sister. It was funny and not funny at the same time. I just, in my spirituality is just kind of like exploding my brain at any given moment. Okay, it's just, it has been a wild ride, is what I'm going to say, because clarity and awareness at an all-time high. At an all-time high. Like, there is not much I question in this life, this lifetime. And it has just been a really interesting experience. I'll get more into that in another video. But yeah, so I had a recent visit, kinda, with my sister. I dream, and most of the times I do remember my dreams, and there are a few times where like I'm in between levels of consciousness, kind of like, you know what I mean, like awake but not all the way awake, and still it's just in between. That's all I can say. So recently, because I get up in the morning, I give thanks for breath. I'm like, I'm up, I'm happy. Oh, it's another day, right? So one morning last week, Brianna, she comes to my thoughts every so often, and I think this was like one of those days. I just kind of got up and I was thinking about her, and I got up and I was calling out to her, and I was like, Brianna, I don't know if you're around, but I miss you, and um, just my regular sayings or whatever. But I went back to sleep. I went back to sleep, and I promise you, like I heard her. I heard her voice, and the funny part is though, like she was like talking smack. Like, oh, I'm here. I'm here. You calling my name. I'm here. So just get on up. And I was like trying to go back to sleep. And she just would not let me go back to sleep. She's like talking a mile a minute about whatever and loudly. And I'm still in the throes of trying to wake up, go back to sleep. And I hear her and I'm just like, please be quiet. Let me go back to sleep. I'm just trying to sleep. But she would not stop talking. I can't honestly tell you what she was saying, but it was her. It was her voice for sure. And I woke up smiling because I'm like, that heifer, all that talking to woke me up. But it was just so surreal. Like it made my whole morning. Like I was just like, wow, right? Because I know I had called out to her and then I went back to sleep and then she woke me up. It was just, yeah. It's just been so many like different little moments, and God has just been showing out in regards to just how we communicate. And I am so happy. Like, I'm so happy in my life. I'm so thankful for the last year of my life. It's just sometimes I cannot explain like just how monumental this is for me to be where I am right now, and how happy I am in my life. I'm just thankful. Like I'm just so thankful for everything. I have been thinking about like past family members that have passed on, guardian angels, and just coming to terms with how I feel about that. And I just feel guided. I feel led. I feel a spiritual connection to God and the souls of my family. Cause like my grandma passed years ago. And I have been thinking about her more and more lately. I don't know. It's just, and before this, yeah, I didn't. And some things just can't be explained. Some things just can't be explained, but it's a feeling within. And even like this year, choosing and the effects from that, and just trying to take better care of myself, wanting to take better care of myself, getting my steps in every day. It's, writing. It's just so many things, sitting in nature as often as I can. It's like all of the little things that's just making my life so much better and so much more manageable. And I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. And it's not that turning 34 is saying goodbye to all of that. And maybe I don't have to pay tribute to chapter 13, because as I'm sitting here talking, the tribute is in the action. The tribute is in the tools that I am using. The tribute is in my everyday now. I just feel so thankful that I am walking in my purpose. And part of that is sharing my journey, sharing these thoughts, because we all got stuff. We all got stuff. But we deserve to be happy. In this lifetime, you don't know how long it's going to be. You don't know how long it's going to last. And I just want to be happy. And happiness is whatever I deem it to be for me. And that includes getting away from the expectations of others, living up to the standards of others, not reacting to the opinions of others. You got to let go a lot of stuff. You got to unlearn a lot of stuff. And truly peel back the layers so that you can find what works for you. So that you can unleash what no longer works for you, what no longer serves you. I had to peel back more layers than I thought I had. That's the truth. Because when I say I went into therapy, I didn't think I had the trauma that you would typically see. And I am referring to like the really horrific stuff. And I didn't have that level. So, of course, I was like, well, what's the point? But if you feel any type of way about yourself that is far away from good feelings, it's worth tapping into. I don't compare traumas. If there's anything that you don't like about yourself, it's worth looking into. If it's anything stopping you from being the best version of yourself, it's worth looking into. And I just finally decided that I'm worth looking into. Looking within and seeing what's in there. And for me to speculate that I didn't have enough trauma to be sitting in somebody's therapy chair, I was dead wrong. And there was more to unpack than I could ever imagine. And I'll leave it at that. Of course, I did the video on the session that changed my life, but yeah, it's worth it. It is so worth it. And even if you cannot like sit in a therapist chair, seek those services, because I'm not sure if there are like legit free services out there. I even started with on like Pinterest. I found some shadow work prompts. I found, discovering me prompts. Well, I've always been a writer. I have written in journals all my life. And so writing is second nature to me. But yeah, I use a lot of prompts, and that's actually another series that I will start soon, is sharing some of my creative writing and prompt work. Because those thoughts honey, yeah, they go deep. But that's the video, and I'm telling you, like, I didn't even think it was going to be all of this, and I'm going to keep it because this is precisely what I mean when I say, you know, just be yourself. And right now, all I want to do is just be 100% myself, even through this channel. I'm not worried about the rules. I'm not worried about how it should look, and there's not enough editing and all that other stuff. I'm just not worried about that right now. I'm not. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. I feel better. You know, I feel like this was like a mini session right here. I feel better though. So until next time.